Oh, the day that I had,
Good,
it's the
good.
last part. It's just the last part of the day.
That's how it usually is, or what?
My God, no, no, like it was a relatively normal day, and I did all of my things. I was excited because I did my workout. I walked 6.5 miles today. I did. I thought I got through on my trying to get this stupid ass ad manager done. I couldn't. Meta sucks. Um, and then they're gonna send me a response saying, "Oh, well, it seems like this one was an open one from before. We're gonna need you to do another request." I don't know how I got to get to the person to talk to begin with. And so now it's just like I am annoyed because I hired an ads lady. I hired an ads lady, $500. I got to give her a bunch of material and give her full access to the ad suite in Business Suite, to the ad space. I can't get into the ad space because it keeps populating my old number that's nowhere on any of my accounts. So it's a meta problem. And yet now, 5 days later, I still can't get in. I'm about to have to get my money back and say, I have to figure out how to get into my account in order to actually advertise. So now I'm losing money because they suck. And then I'm also the teen mom, and they got problems with regard to how we the some of the uniforms went home. You were to collect the uniforms after each game. I'm not collecting shit.
They want to bring them to me.
Enough money to collect it after each game. And then I think they were mad that some of the kids at this practice were bringing the jerseys for me to take so I can wash them. Like I do wash them. But I think he was mad that he saw that. He was just like, you were to collect them before, on Friday, on the Saturday and the Sunday. They're not to take them home. I don't give a fuck. And if they lose them, I will pay for it. But I'm telling you what I'm not doing was in Richmond. I wasn't waiting for all these kids to give me a jersey so that I could get my ass on the road and drive 3 hours down the road. No, that as soon as that goddamn horn blew, I got all of my niggas and we was down the highway. Give me your jerseys when we get home. Y'all lose it, I'll pay for it. I don't give a damn. But as soon as we get off of here, I'm about to make it happen in this chat real quick. But while we're talking about jerseys, let's talk about how y'all ain't never give us the link for donations. Let's talk about I got all of it, and then here's some recommendations because I'm a professional. So, but yeah.
Um, what
Sorry.
up, cuz?
What's up with y'all?
I
Hi.
was gonna say, bro. The ad manager, ad specialist you're talking about, that's for Facebook. That's for all of them, I guess. What?
Them. They all run on this shitty platform, and they're all connected, and it is horrible. It is horrible. Maybe it's horrible because I'm not educated on it, but I feel like you have to take a whole entire masterclass in order to figure out how things are linked and how many pages. It's almost comparable to TikTok having 900,000, like the seller suite, the business suite, the something or other. Like that's why you got to pay people to do that shit because it is impossible to learn. It is impossible. You can't
But
do it by yourself.
but you said when you do, well, I guess that's the case regardless. I'm about to say, you said when you do that, you give them access to everything. They have control of everything. Like
They
the
have access to certain parts of it. So like um maybe it is a way for it to be compartmentalized so that the people who are going to do your ads only has access to your ad space and not like your there's something else. I can't think of the words, but there's like four other spaces that you have to kind of like log into. And then I also hate that they're all attached to your personal profile. I say all kinds of reckless things on my
mm.
personal profile. I don't know what might cross connect. Like I'm gonna
But
need
why
that.
are they but why are they connected to your personal profile? Sean, do you have a personal profile? Or you just have the Smith art when it comes to Instagram.
Yeah, I have a personal profile, but I don't never really use it. I just be on Smith Art Production.
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's connected, right? Like you can go back and forth between the two.
I gotta look at it again. I think I got it under another email address.
That's probably why, Lowry.
Like,
Which you never
or
know, because I have
Mhm.
my old school my Facebook account is like above the crowd 44, like when I was in high school. That's
Mhm.
my high school email address. And then my business one is above the crowd LLC, like it's a Gmail account, but so it's two different email accounts, but they
Mhm.
link it to your profile. And I could be wrong, but
what y'all
It
talking
link
about?
it to she was talking about ad managers when she first hopped on.
yeah.
That's something I know nothing about. The only thing I've done with advertising as far as not doing it myself or paying is the little boost. That's as far as I've gone when it comes to advertising through, Instagram or Facebook using something that they have. You know what I mean?
But if you boosted it, it would be you'd have to put like for how many days and how much money you wanted to spend. So
Hmm.
like you can even see that in your ads management side. I think you just haven't like gone in there yet.
Yeah. I just pushed it and like, oh, I'm gonna do something because it feels like the correct thing to do. Yeah. That'd be the mode sometimes. I got to get out of that.
Yeah.
Would they be posting some stuff that you don't want it to post or something?
Well, her situation was different. She was trying to, I'll let you tell your own story. My bad.
But it's like if you so I hired someone to run my ads or to help like create content and run my ads. She sends over, and I did it in Fiverr. And then she says, okay, well, I need full access. So this is how, gave me the steps to go into your ad management, add me and give me full control so that they can run and do test ads and push things out. I go there as you kind of maneuver through the ad space, there's different places with like gates essentially where you have to do like an authentication and it'll send you an SMS, a code on your phone. This one place where I needed to verify the business kept trying to send an SMS to my old number that I had years ago. I was like, where the fuck did I get this number from? And I couldn't change it. It was the only way to authenticate it. It wasn't like, oh, try another way. It was just like, yeah, this 804 number, if you don't use it, you get stuck. And so I, trying to reach out for help. And one of the guys was really good. One guy was mediocre. This last person was just like, oh, we see that you already had one open on this. We're going to close this one and have you open a new one. Here are the instructions. And the instructions ain't nowhere close to what the fuck is on the screen. So, like, by this point, I'm pissed because it's been 5 days that I've been trying to advertise for fucking Mother's Day
Mhm.
and I can't get into the goddamn system. like, like I'm going to lose money because I can't get into like this is horrible. So yeah. Oh, I lost audio.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
That's me. That's me. That's me.
Oh.
okay.
Um, yeah, because I be knocking around, so I be trying to push mute sometimes and I forget. But yeah, I forgot my thought.
Mm,
So for you to advertise right now, you have to do it manually, I guess.
I would have to do like to my existing audience. It wouldn't go out. Or no, I could advertise myself. I don't want to. That's why I said I was going to try to bring on people to do it better than me. But I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to, and then also do like newsletters, some of that own stuff that we listened to today, with the podcast.
So
But
they're not gonna change it? They're not gonna change it for
I'm
you?
in this like do loop of now I'm starting to do the surveys and say very dissatisfied. Somebody's going to contact me because I'm pissed off. And I was like, I said, I am frustrated. I need someone. So I'm going to wake up with a fresh perspective tomorrow. And like today, I worked through it all day. And then tomorrow, I'm going to work through it all day until I can kind of, I'm going to try to control my patience. But
I
I
mean,
did,
because it's
um,
something that has to be done anyway for you to do
yeah,
advertisement in the future
yeah,
anyway. So
yeah.
yeah, okay.
I'm
Um,
taking it as I need to understand these things. So this is a way that I am going to have to forcefully enforce patience and actually look and see, okay, this moves this. How can I optimize this and understand it so that when I do get prepared for everything that God has for me, I know how to do it easily in the system. So
Any thoughts before we get into the podcast recap, I guess, Sean?
Nah, nothing really comes to mind right now. Like, so what we gonna? I mean, as far as like, which one you talking about? Are you talking about the homework, or you talking about the?
I figure we can knock the podcast summary out and then get to the business because I'm
Oh,
pretty sure that'll be the lengthy part of the conversation. If that's
oh,
cool with
okay.
y'all. I really didn't I hate to keep saying I didn't really get much from it. Um, it was interesting. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't get nothing from it because it wasn't interesting. I just didn't get too much. I guess at this point, a lot of stuff I hear is like, damn, either why am I not doing it or the fact that I'm not doing it, if that makes sense. Like it's not a lot of new information I'm gathering. It's just more of a reminder, like, nigga, you ain't even doing the basic stuff. You know what I mean? So the one thing that I did write down is the fact that I have or I want Southside Diddy Ware and Southside Ship It piggybacking off of Now I'm talking about. So I guess when he was talking about far as the advertising and what's your platform, so to say. Now I'm talking about is kind of my platform for any and everything I want and can do right now. So it's about the best way of using that. Um, any thoughts from y'all from the beginning, or 'cause I think piggyback was kind of like in the middle, so I probably skipped the whole definition of platform. 'Cause I think that was on there also. Y'all got any thoughts or 2 cents on that?
From just recapping on what he said. Like, I think we listened to one of his episodes before, and he was just saying, you don't own those social media platforms. So a lot of my advertisement is done on social media. So I'm just like, if and I heard so many horror stories about people getting their stuff shut down. So I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, it's a constant reminder, like, what are you doing? Just in case, if something like that was to happen, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm like, you still like not gonna be able to recoup all the people that you lost from social media, but you got somewhere to start if you do have emails. So I'm like, all right, maybe I need to really like focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I haven't really built up a big following, but when I get there, I'm like, all right, what are you gonna do to kind of like, because all the big companies, they don't just have one platform. Like, you look at somewhere like, I don't know, like Pepsi or something like that. They might be advertising on these social medias, but that's not the way that they're necessarily getting the information out to their customer base. So in the lieu of that, like, what am I gonna do to kind of like make sure that if that does happen, I got something that I can, kind of start, and I mean keep going with my business. So that's been kind of like in the back of my head every time he says that. Like, you don't own the platform of social media. So
But let me
also like what, huh?
let me ask this then for both of y'all. What are other ways you do and you can advertise besides social media? And when I say social media, I'm including YouTube also, I guess.
That's the only way I advertise is
All
social
right, so
media.
what's other ways you can then also?
I mean, I guess emails. But that kind of hits two things I do need to be catching. Getting more people information. Like, I don't have a list of people information. You know what I'm saying? So
You have a
that
website.
is the best way. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I don't have it like every person that I'm coming in contact with. Like, I got the people who I've sold to, I got their information, but I'm just talking about like people who interact. Like, that's a way to like, hey, you know what I'm saying, such and such, let me get your email or let me get your information. I can send you some more stuff so I can be capitalizing off the people who are showing interest and still be giving them information. Um,
You heard what she asked?
huh?
You heard what she asked you?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Do you have a website?
Yeah. Hmm.
And then that's where your emails are captured there?
No, my emails is like I just use Nah, how does that work? Like, what do you mean by like I got my email account through Gmail, but
What is your
yeah.
so what is your website? What is your website? Is it somewhat of a landing page? Is it a store? Is it just a display of your art? Like what is your website?
I mean, it's set up to be a landing page and to be a store,
Okay.
but
And you have it
I
in your
don't put,
through what?
huh?
What is your domain through? Is it Shopify? Is it
No, I use the
Artist?
Wix.
Oh, wait.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there's a way that you can capture um what is it? Email address. I
Yeah,
lost it.
or like Jay Jones always say, just have something asking for emails. Just
Yeah, it's the pop-up. I mean, it's a pop-up that comes up and say join our mailing list or join our like you absolutely need that on like to pop up on your website so that you can capture it when people come on. And then that's what you're going to use to send out whether you do a blog, because that's kind of what I got from the podcast is something that I've been doing, but not been doing it consistently because life. But like when you do different blogs or newsletters or something that comes around like whatever your niche is, it optimizes your website so like you'll get more, it links those words when people are searching for things on Google, if they're looking for any kind of art or something. If you have more things that talk about that subject on your webpage, you're more likely to hit on their searches. So like writing blogs, but I know you want to create art, but you could do those pop-ups with the email address, capture those email addresses, and whenever you got new stuff or a new portfolio or a new collection, you can send it out to everyone and get more visitors to your website.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
what's the next step for your website?
Get more on it. Like I still got stuff from like I don't know, like a year ago, but I don't have enough. I don't always update it. So I don't have all my art up there. So that's one thing I need to do.
And this is
And
Rick, so that means you control the upload and you can go in there and do it all yourself, correct?
yeah,
Okay. Is this something you just haven't got back around to, or
yeah, this ain't got a background to it.
I'm sure, I'm sure.
Virtual assistant.
Huh?
I said virtual assistant.
I know.
Um, yeah, and it is funny. This is something I'm picking up from you, La. Like, for one, it don't cost as much as we think, but to spend money to have professionals do the stuff that you're not a professional at, basically. Like that's the whole purpose of
Money fucking around in shit we ain't got no business fucking around in. And I feel like I've been fucking around in shit I ain't got no business fucking around
it.
in.
Yeah, like you said, you actually
And then
lose
you get
more.
frustrated. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
just be like, you
On
be
a
one,
hundred level. On a
you
hundred
be
level.
frustrated, you be like, man, I'm not a coder.
I said in my prayers, I said, God, I'm gonna do better tomorrow. I said, but I felt the heat in my chest. Yes, today I was better until I got that message about these damn jerseys. But today I was better. Yesterday I was on fire because I was like, oh my God, like I am literally losing money. Like now I finally pushed the, now mind you, I think there's a reason for everything. I do believe there's a reason for everything. Um, because just weird things were happening with like screens going blank when I moved from one screen to the other, and this weird number showing up. And so maybe there's a reason why I need to just pump the brakes on something. But the fire I felt not being able to accomplish things, and this being a continuation of several days that I've been trying to work on getting just access. Just access. It wasn't that it's complicated. It was just access to give somebody else the opportunity to do something. But
And you
but
had to fight just to get in contact with them, I'm quite sure.
and it was like I
You
have
had to wait 20 minutes.
three, four, five Meta Business Suite apps tabs open right now, and each of them are just a different space. And it's like when I hate when they come back and say, okay, well, all you gotta do is follow these steps, X, Y, and Z. There ain't no fucking X and there ain't no Z on this page. So what the hell are you talking about? Like, give me a number to call and talk to somebody because this ain't working.
Yeah, much as I love Chat GPT, dog, I need a person sometimes to talk to, dog. Like when it's a problem, like I mean, when there's a problem dealing with technology, give me a person.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want no prompts and shit, dog. I need a
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Like Genius, like was it is it Genius at
Apple.
yeah,
Mm.
or Geek Squad? I was ready to be like, I'm gonna pay for someone $150, $200 to come out here and optimize my Mac and then help me get into this goddamn suite. 'Cause, oh, that thing got under my skin today. I was like, well, I cannot wait until I'm making seven figures and I got a whole bunch of people, and this is stuff I won't even know about. That's your job. You fix it. Oh, there was a problem
IT
today.
person.
That means like, yeah, let the IT department let them get on it. Right
Yeah,
now, we are all of the things, and that shit is frustrating. Like,
yeah.
it's hard. Help, help.
Any other thoughts on the pod?
Um, for me,
Um,
it was like, what do we need to do more of? What should we do more of? And I do want to do more of. My kids are loud. Can you hear them? I mean,
No, you good.
hold on the door. That I need to do more and be more consistent with regard to like my blogs and stuff. Like I can write more blogs on the tariffs and how the tariffs are going to affect the tall community when you think that prices are already high. Like it's going to definitely affect, the prices going forward and where we manufacture clothing. So I can have the ability to make more more owned information, like from
Talk,
the
talk to
web.
me about your blogging. Excuse me. Talk to me about the blogging.
yeah, because I was
Um,
about to say you already doing that, Larice. Like you got the ebook, right? So that's like,
So I haven't done that. I haven't finished that one yet, but I have the blogs on the bottom of my website. So like I have the ability to create a blog space. So I've already written three, but that's like three over the course of like 4 months. I want to be able to do like a blog a month. Like I did a blog on styling or comfort. I did a style on what type of hat that we have from Taller Than Your Daddy, like which one matches your vibe. um, I want to do one on the tariffs. I want to have it so like kind of comparable to what he was talking about is, putting information out there that people want to come to your website and read. And I need to just do a better job of making sure I understand what our community wants to hear.
Yeah, that newsletter.
how do you advertise your blog? Like through Facebook or
No,
Instagram? Like how do people know about your blog?
I don't know if they know. I post it on there. I know it's good information, or sometimes I'll just say something. I have been doing a bad job with kind of just saying I have a blog there, but a lot of times it is to keep my website active and to keep those the SEO on the page that talks about tall fashion, that talks about those things, so that when you do the tags and the metadata behind it, when people are searching in Google, it may lead them to your blog on your website. And they'd be like, oh, this is a tall girl website and it got closed for me. So it's just like a different way to lead people breadcrumbs to your website.
Okay. Okay. Um, why the fuck did I write down synergetic IG accounts?
Hmm. Was that because of the loss of information? Like if you lose, like that's someone else's, like kind of what Chauncey was talking about in the beginning, like if you lose your assets and
I think it's funny because when you were talking about losing your accounts, I think I think after I lost my main account, I think the reason why I wasn't like so bent out of shape because I had a lot of stuff on my main account. I think the reason why I wasn't so bent out of shape because I had like four other accounts. You know what I mean? And all of them basically have the same shit on them, just minus one or two things. You know what I mean? So I can always just jump all to another account. Because the funny thing about it, like I don't understand why none of my accounts have a lot of followers, but I don't understand why I'm not using my Southside Did account more because that's the one that has more like that one has the amount of followers of the other six combined. And we're still talking under the stat, which is just funny. But like I don't so I don't think I've because I asked I still ain't figure out a name for my chat GPT person. But I asked them like how should I be using like all my accounts or whatever, you know what I mean? Like should I be putting them together? Should I use this, then the third? I explained the fact that I have one that has so much more. than the rest of them. They're like, no, you're kind of doing it correctly. Have one for this, one for that, one for that. So, like I said, and a lot of time with the podcast, with this tool, when it gets repetitive, and the combos we have with ChatGPT, sometimes it's just repeating the fact that you know you need to do this. They're just telling you that again. And sometimes I think we just need to hear somebody else say that. That makes sense. I know. I know. I know.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead.
a lot to manage. I said it seems like a lot to manage from my perspective. Like, is it that once one of them like kind of takes off, you're going to kind of let the other ones kind of fall to the wayside, or how do you
Are you talking about businesses or account or what? Accounts or what?
your accounts? Yeah, all the separate accounts.
No, because I mean, like my main one, which is my family one. That's my main one. I have my sports one. I have my clothing line one. I have my podcast one. Um, then it's like two, and I have my shipping one. So all of them are like very separate. But some of them I can post something from my shipping one because I probably had some clothes on while I made this delivery. You know what I mean? And all of it with the podcast, I feel like the podcast needs to be a commercial needs just to be the hub I can advertise everything I do. That's why I can be on there. My family one, I don't want everything on there. Simple
Right.
as that. But at the same time, I'm realizing that that's a lot of times where some of the best views come from. Like if I take something from my podcast and just happen to mistakenly post it on my regular one, the views were like, oh, maybe I need to start putting more stuff here. You know what I mean? So
That shit happens.
yeah, the mistake post, and then you go back to correct it, like let them know.
When I say I've done that on my business one, looks like I got some trifling shit on my personal account and I put that dumb shit on my other one. I was like, oh, I was like, what account is that? Oh my God. I said, I'm about to lose a couple followers.
Oh, shit. But then you get some engagement, like, oh, not bad.
Yeah, I be doing that too. Like I be like, I done messed up. I be like, man, the format ain't right. But I be like, oh, they liked it. All right.
Whatever. Oh shit. Well, I guess we can start beating around the bush. Y'all want to get into this? How'd y'all do it? I'll start with that. How'd y'all do it? How'd y'all talk to them? Did y'all
I just put in
what you
my
put
my
in there?
mission statement. I came up with a mission statement, a vision statement, and then I put in like I asked the question like how to make a business based on what I was trying to do. So they just took my vision statement, my vision and mission statement, then made me a business plan.
So the vision and the mission statement you already had. You asked them to make a business plan off of that.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Actually, see, I had a business plan. I thought I had made a business plan for Smith Art Production,
Hmm.
but I made a business plan for another business that I did when I was in school
Okay.
that I never really launched. You know what I'm saying?
You mind me asking what
So,
that was?
it, no, I don't want to name it right now because
Yeah, the way you about to say it, and then second.
yeah. Come on, Vlad. Yeah, you about to
Oh,
give me
man.
slip up.
How about you, La? What'd you do? What'd you ask?
So I had done one before and I had been working with it for a long time. So I was just like, I need to update my vision plan just based on conversations that I've had with it. So
Mhm.
update my so I really just modified because it when we started, it came from a place of comfort, right? And I wanted it to be more like of a wellness, taking care of yourself type of brand. But then what I found with like the taller than your daddy stuff, and I found that there's a whole community that just needs a confidence boost, right? And the way that I have been operating, it kind of changed. Oops, it changed my almost like they changed my brand voice to be more bold, witty, and empowering, which is like I feel that because I feel like that kind of speaks to what I do, what both me and Charlene kind of like when we walk into the room, that's what it feels like. I think that's the essence that we have. And so I felt like it works. But I also had to have it take out some art stuff because of the stuff that we had talked about. I was just like, well, mine is the art. Because I tried to have like culture and black art in my business plan. And I was just like, that's what I get for fucking around with. Um, but it did definitely give me all of the things. And I took, and this is when I took, took it a step farther and asked it about I said, please help me develop a strong and repeatable business model for overall brand of the tees and hoodies for Taller Than Your Daddy merch. So I wanted a repeatable process. I'm not a repeatable kind of girl, so I needed for instructions on how to be consistent. And so it really gave me a really good business model, direct to consumer and in limited edition drops. And so what we're going to try to do kind of going forward is have, I mean, I think by virtue of these tariffs, I'm going to have to figure out how to get smaller subsets of clothing made here because it's going to be impossible for anything to be affordable for things that are coming from like either China or Afghanistan or Africa. Um, so looking at going into places here so they can see the height, and then come out with the same kind of limited drops for kids. I think that this is about to be a fucking game changer. So I'm going to do tall kids and I'm going to do tall men and women, like hoodies and not jumpers, hoodies and sweatsuits and things that actually fit them, that are actually tall. It's not a lie. And make sure that the clothing for the kids are affordable because kids grow out of shit so fast. I don't want people to be wasting their money either. And then probably having some kind of recyclable program that once your kid runs out or grows out of the clothes, if it's in good condition, send that shit back and we can put it on a different marketplace for another family, or we can just donate it to another family that needs it. So there's a
Oh, that's
bunch of
dope.
things that we were just really thinking about doing. Um, I started to shy away from my initial idea because once tall size, and we were on that marketplace with tall size before. Um, but it's just like I feel like I can do it better. So it's just like maybe go down the road, just being above the crowd. This was a one-stop shop for everybody who's above the crowd, just to go and be able to see everything that's out there. And I don't know what the fee structure will be or how I will get paid, but I'm trying to dip my finger in all of the things and making sure that it's strategic and repeatable.
I like that.
Is anybody doing that? Like, or would you be the first that's doing it? Like, um, you can send clothes back and it can be like
Um,
upcycled,
so tall size has a like a kind of like a Macari, you
Mm.
know, like tall girls can post their used stuff, like a marketplace for tall women to post their stuff. But like Larice, will create a store, not a store, but a profile, and I will put any of my used clothes up there to sell. They get a percentage, and then I would get the proceeds, right? What I kind of see
so
is like, let me send you a bag. You send me the stuff, and then I'm going to sell it again. I'm going to post it because my thing is I don't want to post anything. I don't want to come up with a narrative. I don't want to talk about the size. I don't want to tell you where it came from and how many times my child wore it. I want to put it in a bag and send it to you because that's 9 times out of 10. I got a bag in my garage of shit that I know good and well I shouldn't be giving all my tall shit to Goodwill. I should be giving it to another tall bitch, but no, I don't want to do it. I feel like throwing it in the trash, but I mean it's still good stuff. But it's like I don't feel like taking each piece out, pricing it out, posting it on the website. If I had a bag, like a recyclable bag, contact the agency. I have these clothes. This is how many things I want to send back, maybe pay for the bag just to, whatever, to donate to Tall. I can send them the bag. They send it me, postage paid, and then my employees, because I'm not doing it, somebody else to do it. But we'll post it on this used site for kids, or we can just take it and just give it to like have some place for people to sign up and say, I have a kid who is 6 foot whatever, and they already needed clothes, and we can just do it as a donation base and be like, got you. Get in line, first come, first serve. We will send the stuff out to you. And that can be the community piece of the project.
Yeah, I like that. It makes me like it kind of made me think about like Amazon in the sense like he empowered um I'm not gonna say customers, but just people to get a part of the bag. So that's what made I feel like that what made his business grow.
Yeah.
Like nobody was ever giving anybody like a piece of the pie. Like so now, you have all these people, like he gave them what I don't know how much the percentage was, but because of that, that's why I feel like his business grew so much. And it was just something different.
Yeah.
So like having, a name brand fashion like yours, doing that and then having something like that'll separate you because now people like, man, I got these clothes, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But shoot, if I'm not getting nothing from the Goodwill, but if I put it up here, it's a possibility I might get something from it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I think that's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something different.
It's having multiple ways of trying to get after it. I mean, because it just depends on the type of person. If it's me, I just want a bag and I'll stuff everything in the bag and say, you guys sell it. And then
Yeah,
maybe they can get like a store credit and buy something new.
yeah,
And if they want to actually, if they are very organized and they want to kind of separate the pieces out and sell it themselves, then they can do that too and then get a little bit more coinage. But and then not have to shop with us. They can shop someplace else with whatever effort they want to put into it. But definitely want to get some smart, like I'm even looking into getting a designer to really research and help come up with the sizing for the kids, like the tall kids, because it's like most of the time it's like very tall and very skinny kids that be walking around in high water roaming, be in high waters. I'd be like, Jesus. But his waist so small, he's tall and thin, but his little ankles be out. But that's how the kids be wearing their pants these days. So yeah.
Um, I got pages. I'm so hyped. Um, so it broke it down. Mine broke it down into executive summary, business description, market analysis, marketing and brand strategy, financial plan, and milestone. Did y'all stuff kind of broke down the same way? So did y'all get them to, well, like with the final request, make a business plan, or y'all touched up y'all business plan, or how was it?
So mine is so brand essence, the mission statement, the core values, um the business objectives for 2025. Like mine is going to be a living document, so I'm going to modify it each year. Uh Product lines, so each of the different product lines that we currently have, target audience, marketing strategy, sales channels, financial goals for 2025, um, an operational plan, founder's vision, and then when I added the extra piece, bless you,
Thank you.
we did the overall business model, the revenue streams, um, customer life cycle strategies, um, then I had a product specific business model for the Taller Than Your Daddy merch. So like brand positioning and product strategy, and then product release strategy. Now this is, mind you, I asked it a bunch of questions after I had generated the initial business plan. I wanted to put more meat because when you go and you talk to, say you want to get some money out of an investor or something. You want to show them that you did think these things out and that you have a strategy for these particular ones. Scalability levers, um, and then like a revenue breakdown by quarter and by product, because I wanted to help give projections of so that me and Charlene can be more strategic and be like, okay, this quarter our projection is this. Let's see what we hit so that we can be even if we don't hit it, we still know, okay, this is the things that we did, and then this is kind of where we lie. What do we need to do different for the next quarter, and what are our projections? We haven't been really strategic when it came down to like what our goals were from a quarterly perspective. And different like scenarios for like the timing of like the winter, summer sales, a surge drop, production cost spike, like the fabric or tariffs, and then price increases. But yeah,
Okay. Sean, how's yours break down, Sean?
Mission statement, vision statement, executive summary, business objectives, target market, community impact strategy, program and services, revenue model, marketing and outreach, grant ready, language tips, and optional add-ons for the stronger appeal.
Okay. And like lives, a back and forth conversation where you kept touching it up or what?
It's on me.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like Larissa had a conversation. She was going back and forth with hers. Was yours?
No, I basically just put it in one time.
Okay.
And then see what it could come up with. But I plan on doing that. I plan on adding more stuff to it. Because it's still missing some things. It's like the financial part, like it needs to be more in depth when it comes to that. So I need to add that. That's one of the things that is kind of missing with that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the vision was from both of y'all? What's the vision? What did it give y'all? I guess I don't know if you touched it up already, but what did it give y'all?
For division?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, it says to educate and introduce more people to the arts, to assist disenfranchised individuals to making a living with the art within the art industry.
Okay. What about yours, La?
so so mine was an overarching brand essence, and it had a mission statement and core values in it. And so it was above the crowd. It's more than a brand, it's a movement. We create elevated style and pieces for tall women who are unapologetically themselves. And we change tall women to tall individuals. Every product we design is infused with a purpose and power centering, took out Black women because it's for all women and we're all individuals who live their life out loud and above the status quo. And our core values are representation matters. We celebrate tall women and men and make them feel seen. We elevate every day. So whether it's whatever piece of clothing, our pieces are made to uplift and comfort and confidence because you shouldn't have to choose.
Okay. What was the mission? What was the mission statement say?
Oh,
Um,
I gave you my mission, but go ahead, Chauncey.
to inspire creativity, honor people of my heritage, and cultivate the love of art.
How you feel
Who,
about
who
that?
was yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
Um, the vision was build a connected ecosystem around logistics, culture, and content. And the mission is to create income, impact, and identity through delivery, fashion, and media. So
And this is for Southside Did It.
Companies,
Which
right?
which one?
so I'll read y'all exactly what I asked, cause so I was like business plan. I don't know how or what or anything. My delivery company should be the main focus or the business I should make a plan for. I have a clothing line that I want to get back into heavy also, and its only hindrance was me not pushing it. Lastly, the podcast, which is my joy right now and not a moneymaker, but it has potential on top of it being the head of an upcoming surge. And I believe on my podcast is in the forefront of the flag football movement. So why am I here? One business plan for shipping, three business plans for all my businesses, or one plan consistent of all my endeavors. Talk to me. And then that was the whole conversation we had, and ended up with 3 options, and the last one was a business plan that includes all 3. So that's the one I chose.
So I think you should do the 3 separate because you previously mentioned that you weren't planning on combining them. You were going to keep them separate because they are kind of separate. And I think if you have a separate kind of identity for each, you can kind of hone in, and there might be an opportunity for one that the other part doesn't fit into. So you want to be able to have that business plan to submit for those particular opportunities. Like if it's for logistics, they're not going to give a shit about your podcast or your clothing line. They're going to want to hear that this is, on time delivery, professionalism, handling items with care, and whatever else. And you'll see, but as long as you have, I mean, I think it doesn't hurt to have a combined one, but you should still have like all 3. Like for me, if it's my resume, I have a government resume and then I have an industry resume because the stuff that the government cares about is different than what industry cares about. Now, have I been using my government one for other ones now? Yeah, I know better, but I'm really not looking for anything right now because I got time.
Yeah, but I think what's really got me juiced is like this is kind of like a roadmap
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
so to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the fact that I need to, especially have one for the logistics company. Like I definitely need to have a business plan for that, for when you're trying to scale or just when you're having a conversation, you know exactly what to say. When it comes to clothing and when it comes to the podcast, I kind of know what to say because it's more of me. Like I'm just having a convo. When it comes to logistics, it's like what you're trying to do. So having a roadmap. So yeah. I like that. I like that though. What's your executive summary, if you don't mind me asking? Either one.
Cool. Okay. Um, my executive summary.
Yeah, reach the class.
Art and acrylic painting business is committed to empowering underrepresented communities through art by offering workshops, selling original works, hosting cultural art events, and mentoring emerging artists from minority backgrounds. We will create a sustainable platform that fuses creativity with economic opportunity. We seek funding and great opportunities to scale our reach and deepen our community impact.
Okay. What's yours, Law?
I just threw it in there real quick because it didn't give me one the first time.
Yeah. Well, I go and read mine while yours is
Yeah. I mean, it already popped up because you know how
Yeah,
fast
it'd be so hey yo.
like
So look, this is kind of where I got caught, right? So I was like, I didn't want to put my business names in Chat GPT. Don't ask why. I don't know why. I didn't want to put them in there, right? So they gave me the business plan. I took it in notes, updated, changed a couple of things in there. Went back in Chat GPT was like, yeah, updated some joints. Give me a second, I'm about to put it back in there. He's like, all right, cool. So it took me like 5 minutes to do all the update and take my name out, take all the official names out. As soon as I pushed it in and push enter, the bitch came back with an answer. I'm like, this bitch already read it. This bitch already read it. Like it was in my notes app reading it already. Because you, like you said, it usually takes time to compute it, right? Like, no, as soon as I pushed the little arrow, it had an answer for me. I'm like, well, I need to change all that shit. You know me. My bad. I don't know why I'm sneaking around you, dog. My bad.
right, sitting there trying to keep secrets from the man.
The man. They see somebody with my shit, like, oh, that's why, nigga. This is connected, nigga.
They got your business statement and all.
At all, nigga. They changed it on me, nigga.
Oh man.
I am a multi-hyphenate. Hold on. Hyphenate. Yeah. I'm a multi-hyphenate entrepreneur, media creator, and community athlete with a passion for building from the ground up. As the founder of a growing delivery company, host of a rapidly rising podcast at the forefront of flag football culture, and the creative force behind the lifestyle clothing line, I operate at the intersection of hustle, culture, and connection. Everything I build is rooted in real life experience, community ties, and a drive to turn vision into momentum. And it's like hearing those words makes sense of what I've been trying to do, if that makes sense. Like it's like, okay, that's actually what I was trying to do. That was fine. Like, and I think that's what got me so hyped when I did the entire business plan. It's like
Yeah.
all the stuff that I was thinking is finally like put into better sounding words, if that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 Mine is Above the Crowd is a bold, unapologetic apparel brand created for tall individuals who are done shrinking themselves physically and socially. Our signature line, Taller Than Your Daddy, blends humor, cultural edge, and premium fits to finally match tall bodies and tall energy. We're not just making clothes, we're building a movement that validates height, visibility, and style. Founded to fill the gaping hole in the fashion industry for tall people, Above the Crowd operates as a direct-to-consumer brand using small batch, limited edition drops to build urgency, loyalty, and buzz. Our product lines are driven by community feedback and cultural movements, allowing us to stay fresh and connected to our core audience. With a focus on hoodies, tees, and accessories tailored for elevated frames, we've already carved out a loyal following for tall individuals who feel seen for the first time. Through strategic content, curated drops, and creative storytelling, we're scaling into a nationally recognized tall wear brand that goes beyond just fashion. We're a vibe, we're a voice, we're a platform. Looking ahead, Above the Crowd will grow through capsule collaborations, strategic wholesale partnerships, high marginal digital, physical, and digital products, a content-driven marketing engine, and events that center tall experience. Our mission is simple: to elevate tall individuals and gear, voice, energy to match their greatness. No more adjusting to the world. We're designing a world that adjusts to us.
Here for it.
Mhm. I felt motivated just with it. Like it's like that is what we're doing.
Yeah,
But that's what the
reassurance.
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit. Um, so I know under business descriptions, mine has I guess main focus, market, edge, and goal. Is that something that y'all's have?
I don't know if I got that subject. I think mine's the next one after executive summary. I got business objectives.
Okay, okay,
What's my next one?
okay. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. What do you have? Does it talk anything about your goals or your goals or your mark? I mean, your market and or your goals?
Well, objectives like offering monthly art workshops with a focus on underserved neighborhoods. That's number one. Host quarterly cultural art exhibitions featuring minority artists. Launch an artist mentorship program for BIOC youth and adults. Open an online and physical art retail space to support community artists. Partner with local schools and organizations to bring art education to more people. So I mean, it's basically speaking to some of the things I wanted to do. Um, I do want to educate more people on the arts. Like, you know what I mean? Like people know, like they like art, but a lot of people are not educated um on just art itself. You know what I'm saying? Like how can it help you? Like, or I mean, there's some stuff I need to learn more too, because then that'll help me learn more stuff about it too. But I also want to like help people. Like a lot of people come to me, man, I wish I could do that. And so I'm seeing that it's a market of people who want to learn how to do art. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's the basics. You know, so I can capitalize off of that. I can offer art classes during the summer. You know what I'm saying? The kids. Um, or to like seniors, or you know what I'm saying, or just have art programs, partner with the city. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things like here in Rancho, they got a lot of things implementing about they want to bring more art to the city. So I've been like on email, you know, they're on the email blast, is looking at it, seeing how I can potentially partner. They got a community center here not too far from me. So I've been trying to in contact with them, seeing if I can offer art classes just to get myself out there, but also at the same time, feed the need of just want to, share my art and my joy with other people. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way, it kind of captured, some of my objectives within the business objectives.
When you were talking, I was thinking about different ways that you could show them that you could do those things. Like, because you're for art, I feel like the socials or the YouTube videos, like with the time lapse of what you're doing, or the way that you start to explain it or explaining the history behind something in like a blog post. I think you have an opportunity to kind of have that stage set so that when you do come to a school, you say, "This is my portfolio." Like you can check out my YouTube video to see how I'm able to educate the media that I use, the way I'm able to tell a story, the way that I can interact with people or, interact with my audience, the following that I have there. Um, so they can be like, okay, yeah, he can come in here and teach either a group of whoever to do these particular things. And his portfolio is vast because I can see now he has a website with all of his artwork on it so that we can see all of those.
Yeah, that's something I need to
People are
do.
fascinated with like, when you start off with think about what those kids programs when they used what was it?
You talking about Bob the painter or whatever?
It wasn't Bob, it was for kids, and it would show the guy would get on there with this fat ass Sharpie, and he would just start like very short lines, and then first you do this, and then first you do this, and at the end you had this really put together shit, and you did like sometimes I would sit and follow along with them and be like, yo, that is dope. But it was just like if you have a way that people can kind of maybe follow along with you,
Hmm.
or just see it like time lapsed, and
Yeah.
then like people will sit and watch the entire because they want to see it finished. And
Well, I
that's
got time lapses. I already got that on Instagram where I've time lapse from beginning to end. Start, you know what I'm saying? But I hear what you're saying about I need to have more vocal interactions. Like, what I'm saying, people need to hear, and also like even giving history lessons. Like, there's a guy we following, a dude named 100, you know what I'm saying? And just the way he narrates what he's about to do. He goes into like, oh, these are the products I'm using. You know what I'm saying? So for an artist, I'm like, oh, because I'm always asking like what I'm always wondering what's products or what programs people are using. So he goes into like this is what I'm using. All right. This is how you should start out. Okay, you should, you know what I'm saying? First you want to do a sketch. So I do need to do more of that.
And I think
Versus
that's a
just having music and then a time lapse where I can actually show, like you said, like that I can actually teach somebody because I'm
I think
informative in what
yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm implementing.
I think that's the beauty of social media. It's so many people that just because somebody else doing it doesn't mean it's still not a bunch of people that are tuned in for you to do that also.
Yeah.
Just a little tweak to make yours a little different for somebody else.
Yeah.
It could be the same exact thing as enough people out here that people want to tune in for. But I think a lot of times that one used to make people scared to do something that they had a passion for because somebody else is doing it.
Oh,
But a lot
somebody
of people
else is,
don't.
yeah, that's why I
And
always
it's
hear somebody
so
else
many.
is doing
Yeah,
it. I don't care.
I don't fuck.
Because if it was like, you think about clothes. Some people gonna buy your stuff, some people gonna buy my stuff. I was like, some people feel, especially in the tall community, like, oh, well, they just released that or they just released that. You cannot clothe all of the tall people. Like it is enough
Yeah.
of the market, even though we are very small, like women, well, for women over 6 feet, that's very small, but like we need options. So the more people that get into the game is better for the community. I'm never going to be like, oh no, she's not, she's doing the same thing I am. No, you are helping the community. Most likely I'm probably going to shop with you too. So it's just like we have to kind of get off of our high horses and be like, oh, they're copying us. Everybody is pretty much copying the same system.
Mhm.
You inspired me last time. I don't know which episode we was talking about it, but you was like, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna do it better. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I was in the midst of like, should I come up with this project? It kind of looks, you know what I'm saying? It's not looks, but it has some similarities. But then I was like, man, like everything I do, everything we do, you know what I'm saying, as a human race, it's really a mimic of something else that we done learned from somebody else. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing it. And so I thank you for that. Cause like when what you said, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do my jank too, man. Forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Unless
just gonna make it, I'm gonna just
or
make it
something.
different. I'm gonna make it in my way, huh?
Yep. I said, unless they got a trademark or something, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Did it give a financial plan or some type of goals or anything like that at the end, towards the end? Because my
Hmm.
last two are financial plan and milestone. So I guess how did y'all business plan kind of end, I guess?
I got financial goals. I got for different sales channels, revenue streams, um, and then like I said, scalability levers, like the pricing models and the bundles and upsells and stuff like that. Um, and then how much I plan on making each quarter or that we're going to try to make like the goal for each quarter. And then we'll do like side by side, like what did we actually achieve and what was our goal and kind of what was hit or miss. And then we kind of recalibrate for the next quarter.
Okay.
Mine's I got a revenue model, but I'm seeing like, well, not seeing, but I know I need to go back. I need to add more stuff about what I'm already doing
Mhm.
so it can give me a little bit more in that area so I can kind of like, you know, scale on like how much I'm I plan on getting, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I know I need to do some more with that. Like as far as like, because right now I just got a revenue model, and it's the only thing it's saying is workshop classes, fees, and it's mostly talking about stuff that I haven't even done yet. But I need to be putting in stuff that I'm already doing. So I think I'm gonna go back in and just put in some more information. Because I wrote mine's more about like how can I get a grant? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Originally or
Yeah,
no?
that's what I did. I said how to write I put in, okay, write a write a business plan to help me get a grant. So, and this is what they spit out.
But just to add to that, if you're trying to get a grant, your grant is going to have specific instructions that are going to be different from your business plan that you're going
Okay.
to want to speak to. So you're going to want to use it still, but it's going to be like it's going to say like, hold on, let me see something for a grant that I did. Let me see.
You
So
ever received a grant?
I haven't really tried until recently. And then
Okay.
there's a couple that I just applied for, so hopefully we get it. And if not, I mean, I've been in contracting long enough that if I don't get a grant, then I'm gonna question my whole professional livelihood. But I plan on shit. Because I can, I've consulted companies on how to get government like grants and solicitations and things. And so
Mhm.
um I'm trying to figure out some of the questions that they ask. I use this thing so much that because it really does spark the ideas, right? Okay. I think this is okay. Hmm. So it'll ask you questions like hypothetical. I can't find the one that I did. I have too many on here to kind of like pinpoint it. But oh, here we go. Questions like if you receive this grant, depending on how much money, what do you plan on using it for? And then that way you're going to want to go into explicit detail as to, okay, sometimes it has like boxes that you can check. Is it going to be for brand awareness? Is it going to be the marketing endeavors? Is it going to be for getting more supplies? Like, what are you going to, you have to have an intent of what you want to use the money for because you have to be explicit and say, if they're going to be giving you money because you don't have to pay it back, what are you going to be using this money for? For us, it's brand awareness and marketing. So I will give a whole spiel on we're going to use it for brand awareness. We're going to use it for our marketing efforts so that more people can find us. It'll ask you things like, what are your revenue goals? Like what were your revenues from last month? What do you plan on making? What are your projections for next month? How can this help you in the future? So like different things, but it's going to be different than what your business plan is. Your business plan is just to kind of like I don't remember a time that I had to give my business plan to anyone. I feel like the business plan is just to keep you grounded, to
Yeah.
keep you understanding and level set kind of where you are, that you've considered each of these elements going forward. The grants is going to be taking what you've considered holistically and then pulling those pieces out to fill out your grant opportunities. Now you need to start looking for those opportunities like Hello Alice always has. Once you start looking in Instagram for grant opportunities, it's not going to stop. And because there's money to be had. This is a tax write-off for most people.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm going to give you money so I can write it off for myself. They want to give you the money, but it's just they want to make sure that you know what you're doing with the money when you get it, and you're not going to just not put it into your business and just waste
As
it.
you should know also before you get money, because ain't nothing worse than getting money and not knowing what to do with it. So,
Right,
Mhm.
right. So just throwing those 2 cents out there.
well, yeah, um, yeah, yeah, that was yeah, my mother phone died. That was good. I just put in here. I just asked for another business plan for my Southside Shipping Company, so I'm gonna work on that tonight. But anything else? Any thoughts? Any
I think
homework?
maybe homework. I think for homework, in my opinion, would be something of we listened to the podcast that talked about scaling your business. You have been using ChatGPT for a little bit, the time that we've been together. Try to put something in there that speaks to scalability, some of the stuff that we were talking, I want to get from X to F. I want to get to or A to F. What steps should I progressively take in order to get me there to increase my audience or to increase my brand awareness? Because I think at this point we're all trying to grow our audience, grow brand awareness and then ask it to come up with a plan for you to achieve it so that you know that these are things that you need to do consistently. Um, a plan and or a schedule and see if you can get it to modify it and fit around what your current schedule is. Like if you work during the day. Yeah, I don't. I'm just joking. Look, I got all day to work on this shit. But if work during the day, you can only start working on this stuff from 5 to midnight, then say my schedule for this will be 5 to midnight. What's the best time to post?
Mm.
What's the best time to what platform should I be using? Chauncey, you should be using Etsy and Pinterest too. Like,
Use Pinterest at all, John?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
I use Pinterest for references, for
yeah.
reference information, like when I do digital art, um, mainly, or like if I'm doing animation, I have like a lot of stuff saved on like tutorials for that.
And what were
But
you
I have
suggesting for
posted
John?
on there though. I have posted like a couple of my paintings on Pinterest. But what I want to do is I needed to have it so like what I don't like about Pinterest is like, in school they always made you have like a reference. Like you couldn't write nothing without having a reference, right? And I hate that Pinterest doesn't have like references. So, but what I found is a lot of people do is they put their information within the picture or they put a link to like, what I'm saying, like this other website
link
that I'm
farm,
on. Huh?
affiliate links, and that's how bitches get paid. So you need to I got excited because like for yours, like you could have your art, you could have your YouTube showing different things. You can have links to Amazon or wherever to the products
Yeah.
you use so that they can try to recreate it. And when they click and buy, you get the profits from it.
Yeah, I've been seeing people doing that. Like I seen people do that with art, and I also seen people do it like with like if you got it like what I see a lot is like female like a female advertising for their clothing line. If you click it, it'll go straight to the Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
And they get
Like I got
paid from that. Yep.
Yeah, because I have a section for that just for like I was just like, all right, I'm trying to get into like maybe doing like I don't know, like I got a couple sales from from females, and I was like, let me see what they're wearing. So I had made like a little like I don't know, like a little category. But when you click on it, like when you start doing that, then it'll be more stuff popping up. You click on it, it'll be like, oh snap. You can't really see the picture. I mean, you can, but it'll make it go to Amazon. I was like, man, I need to do that for my business. Like, just make it click, like a link. Like as soon as you click it, it goes to your store. So I mean, that's something that I need to work on.
There's so
Um,
much you can do. Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm in the same boat. Do you all? I'm assuming you already do that, law. Did you do that with yours, Sean? As far as view products with Instagram, how you could just it's basically a link in your Instagram post that takes to your store. You already do that, law?
Yeah, but it's the same meta.
A word?
Like it is, they pull from your existing inventory, your catalog, it pulls it over, and you have to go in and kind of modify it. Like for tall girls and guys, inseam is critical. It didn't pull any of my inseam stuff over. And so when the lady was like, she's not watching this, but she was like, for tall people, inseam's very important. I'm about to say, bitch, I got inseam on every one of my descriptions that I went to my Facebook, and I was like, damn sure ain't there. So yes, she was right, but like, so it's just like managing multiple spaces has been challenging for me at least. That's why I said I need help in that element. Like I can come up with a million ideas, but the implementation or trying to control the narrative, making sure that those things stay on, have somebody else to do it because you can't be the thinker and the doer.
Yeah.
It's you can't. And
Yeah.
that's where a lot, and when you start to apply for those grants, you have to think in the mindset of we here are the visionaries. We see the vision, we see where it wants to go. We are the creators, we are the voices of our brands. Have somebody knock on somebody else's shoulder to help you put that vision into practice and just to make
Yeah.
sure that you have a strong, that's what that business plan does. That's what your strategies do. That's what your consistency does. And it helps fortify your vision, making sure that all of your business partners understand it. And then that's the way it moves. Because as you have money kind of just sitting there, you think that, oh, I don't want to spend money on that. Those are days that go by that you are not making money. You're not making money. Like I'd rather spend $500 to get two.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Be like, man, I ain't trying to spend this money,
I
man.
can do it, and
I
then
can do it. I can save myself some money.
It don't do nothing. It don't make no money.
I
Nigga.
know. Wasted a whole week.
Yep, 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 yep.
Just to eventually do it. You didn't teach
I
yourself
know
in a week and nothing. You just got mad
that
the
point.
entire time and just did like,
And a whole bunch of stress and heartache, and then you like shit. You probably at the end of the line came down to paying to somebody to do it anyway because it's like I don't want to do it.
yeah.
Just somebody else.
That make you even madder.
I know, right?
And I
I could
wasted
have been
my
doing something
energy.
else.
I was angry, and now and I had to pay for it.
I let myself down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, I like this. It's funny because when you first jumped on here, we was talking about the chat GPT. I was like, yo, you should start doing consulting. And it's like every week we come back with a convo we had with chat GPT. Like that kind of like be our homework. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That was just a random thought I had. Sometimes random thoughts leave my head now.
No, because if you're not using AI, if you're not using it complementary to what you're doing, you're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like with trying to optimize like the iMac and then clear the cache and all this other stuff on this godforsaken computer. I feel like a fucking dinosaur. And I feel like at least with this artificial intelligence thing, we're starting to use it. We're starting to have that kind of that learning, making it agile so that it knows your brand's voice. And so like we're effectively working in it so that when it comes down, because they have Gemini and they have a whole bunch of different like Siri now on iPhone is now an AI enabled. So you know the different things that you can pulse it and you can ask it and to try to get better in all elements with your schedule,
Yeah.
with your
It's gonna
workout,
waste, it's
with
gonna save you some time.
yeah,
And that's what that's our most valuable asset right there is the time. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like you can get more money, but you can't get more time. You know what I'm saying? So anything that can save you on more time, because that's what rich people do, man. They don't, it's not about the money for them, it's about the time, you know? So you're right about that. We do need to really start using AI because
yeah. And then
it's going
was it something that we watched or listened to that talked about you should ask it might have been the one Donnie that might have said you need to ask ChatGPT how can you infuse AI into your business and then start working towards that because that's where the business models are kind of going forward. So I thought that was interesting. I might try to do that after I get into my ads account at some point.
But shit, again, that's another good one. I enjoyed it and appreciate that.
yeah. So that's
Um,
our homework, and we're gonna choose
yeah,
which
we'll choose the
one.
episode. If a good one pop up, we'll choose it. But if not, yeah, we just do what we've been doing. We just pick the best one between three or four.
Yeah.
Yeah, if one of them really stand out, I'll just shoot y'all that. But if not, like I mean, like I really listen to a lot of different podcasts. I listen to a quarter of the day podcast every day. So I might start sending y'all that every once in a blue moon. Um,
I like a link.
you like what?
A link.
A link?
Hmm.
You can put a link in the on through your phone.
No, she
You
was saying a lot of time I just send y'all pictures and y'all gotta go find it.
And then I gotta go
oh
fucking find that shit. I
oh
had the hardest time on my walk trying to figure out what the fuck.
I did it today. I was like, I put it in. I was like, all right, I got it. Is this the right one? Because they always gonna be consistent and like making sure. Like today, he didn't put five. If like he would just put
Did
five,
not. And I
six,
was like,
seven, I would know exactly which one it is. But they don't. Neither one of them do that. I'd be like,
Yeah,
just put five, six, and seven. I know which one it is.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because like I said, I listen on the podcast app. So then when it's time to go find it on the YouTube, like you said, it's not the number, it's not the same titles, it's a whole bunch of different shit. It's the nigga on Donna, he posts a whole bunch of other videos on the social proof show. I'm like, why the fuck is it in the podcast? Like everything over here. And it's funny because he tell you, I got more on YouTube. Like, oh, I guess he was right, but still, it's a lot more over here. But yeah, I
Yeah.
might start checking into us out too. But yeah, that'd be that.
All right.
All right,
see the
lay
Eagles
y'all.
at the White House today. Sorry.
Mhm.
Y'all see the Eagles at the White House today?
It
No.
it wasn't all of them, but it was the ones I'm not surprised at.
I'm still like,
I don't know what y'all talking about.
The Eagles.
Yeah, I know, but
they went to
why was they at the White House?
because
I
they
mean,
want
I heard when Trump commented on Sanders' son getting in, I heard about that, but I ain't heard about.
I
yeah, but I
think they're
mean
so disconnected. They're so disconnected to what's going on. And like when you align yourself with elitists, then we're looking at you like you don't give a fuck about what's going on with America. You
but they
just,
don't
oh,
though.
I played golf with Obama. This is what Saquon said. I was like, I didn't respect you before, and I have a little less respect for you now because it's like I can go play. I'm looking forward to playing golf with Trump. He don't like you, nigga. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He said he don't like, but apparently you don't like you either. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean
so annoying.
the whole your wife using the N-word in the house situation is just
Like, and then get choked. Understood. I'm not condoning choking, but your sister ain't choker. Look,
I'm condoning choke. What the fuck are we talking about, yo? What the fuck? Like you didn't tell her? Like what do we do? No, I'm
what are
looking
you
at this nigga list
doing?
like, hold on, this what you do in your household? Like, yeah, this is Sean look at this like, what the fuck are y'all talking
I
about?
don't know what y'all talking about, but right when I get off, I'm gonna go look it up. Like,
Oh yeah.
hey,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. I was just like, and that was another thing that I saw like later on tonight that kind of the devil was like, here's some breadcrumbs to ruin your night. Here they are. He put MAGA on the Eagles helmet. I'm sitting here like, Are you
Where?
kidding me? We are the toilet bowl of the world right now. Nobody is great. We all suck. So,
Niggas.
He just,
oh my
yeah,
God.
man.
Man, I'm just mad at the niggas in the situation. I don't give a fuck what the white folks.
Right.
They just doing
Smiling in the
shit.
background. I was like, let me screenshot so I see a nigga and I can look at him like, nigga, shame. Shame.
All they need to do is do a little dance. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Like, how much like what? No, but you know who I got more respect for is what's the
Jalen Hurts.
yes,
Who?
That
that's
nigga
my
man
nigga.
had a
Yeah. I
schedule
got a
conflict.
scheduling conflict of shit I don't want to fucking do. Let's go. Jalen Hurts was not there, and I got so much more respect for him now. Like,
Oh, shit.
right, that's my dude. Got
Oh
to come
man.
with Saquon trying to defend his fucking stuff. Oh, annoying.
Have y'all seen both of y'all seen Sinners yet?
Yep.
You seen that yet,
Sin?
Sean?
What's that? Oh no,
Sinners.
I haven't. There's been so much talk about it though, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
we'll wait till next week to talk about that.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
I must gotta go see it. This
You
must be
gotta go
that
see it.
good.
Hell yeah,
Yo,
nigga.
it must be really, huh?
Yeah, go see that before you go find out about Saquon.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Go.
All right, peace.